recover your debt without having to put on your boxing gloves. There is this saying that he who is quick to borrow is slow to pay. And that this class of people always forget that debt is a double-edged sword. It can liberate and can trap. It is euphoric when it liberates and destructive when it traps. Its euphoric nature compels the eagerness to borrow with no care, while the destructive and complicated nature cautions the wise to proceed with caution, wisdom, and sincerity when the need arises. Debt nature of being good or bad, euphoric, complicated, or destructive depends on how it is used. When used wisely, prudently, with sense of responsibility to help build wealth and improve your financial situation, I call that good euphoric debt. But when applied to unnecessary financial expenditure that adds no value or benefit, long-term or short-term, then you can look at such debt as bad, destructive, and complicated. You can say individuals' value or benefit is subjective, fair and good, so long as you hold on to the positive nature of debt obligation. Why do you have to be careful with debt? Because the euphoric nature of debt encourages you to spend more than you can afford. The interest element of debt means additional debt, more money out of your pocket, your future mortgaged, and what all this in your corner, reaching your financial goal becomes difficult and frustrating. Make no mistake, borrowing is not all negative, but we are here today because of the destructive and complicated part of debt, and we are doing so from the creditor's perspective. As a creditor, how do you get back the money you have given out to a debtor? Hi, I am Ared, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to Legal Tips with Ared today. Your first time? Thanks for being here. Please subscribe. Already subscribed? Thank you so much. Please do more. Like, comment, and share. Your interaction is what we need to do more and better. Debt recovery is the process of making your debtors pay the money that they owe you. It may not be as simple as asking for what you are owed. After all, there was an understanding of when and how to pay back. Some well-intended debt may go bad because of unforeseen circumstances, but the fact remains that the money has to be repaid. So what do? Number one, always document every transaction of your lending and ensure that the terms and conditions for the borrowing is agreed by both parties and expressly spelled out. Number two, when the money doesn't come back as and when due, don't rush to attack. You are not enemies. Reach out to the debtor. Revisit the terms and conditions in the agreement you signed and try to settle amicably. Number three, your approach of amicable settlement will disclose whether there is mischief or not, and the information you gathered will guide you to the next step. Number four, where there is no mischief, but genuine constraint, probe and understand the constraints, and reconsider the terms and agree on new terms. For example, if the initial agreement was lump sum payment, you can shift to installment payment, and so on and so forth. Your understanding of the constraint is invaluable at this stage. Number five, The question I always get at this stage is, how does that help me, the creditor? Of course, you are not Father Christmas. You need your money back. You have need for your money. And with inflation to reckon with, you need immediate value for your money. So you can activate your penalty clause. And if the penalty clause was not there at the beginning, introduce it. The additional funds from the penalty clause will cushion your loss as well as make the debtor hasten the speed of repayment. Number 6, follow up bumper to bumper. Remember, even though we say out of sight is not out of mind, in situations of this nature, out of sight might mean comfort for the debtor. Remember also that some problems are half solved with good relationship. Number 7, where you have employed the above steps and collection is still unsuccessful, or where the inability to prepare was more of unwillingness to pay, then bring in a lawyer or a professional debt collector. Note, we are a community built on relationships. Debt collection therefore requires a delicate balance between asserting your rights, maintaining and nurturing cordial, healthy, and mutually beneficial relationships. I hope this makes sense. If so, please don't leave without subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Until then, remain blessed.